Okay, we're 10 minutes away from 4 o'clock. I'm Duncan Garner. Welcome along to Radio Live Drive. Always great to have your company. The open line is 0800 844 747. Have you ever wanted to live in a greenhouse? And when I say a greenhouse, not, stuff with tomatoes and fruit and veg in it, but like a genuinely greenhouse. What would it be like? I can imagine, my view would be that it would be really, really warm in winter and nice and cool in summer or something like that. Anyway, this week is World Green Building Week, and it's sponsored by the good guys at Bayleys, and Lloyd Budd is with Bayleys Real Estate. Lloyd, nice to have you in the studio.
Thanks, Duncan. Great to be here.
Yeah, I never knew until the last few days when I realised what we're doing here that there is a World Green Building Week. What is it?
It is. It's a nationwide initiative that the Green Building is sponsoring here in New Zealand, but worldwide there's over 50 building councils involved. And it gives us a chance to profile what's happening in the green building space, both in commercial and residential, all across the country.
Right, so there are events this week around the country?
All week. So kicking off yesterday, we had a green architecture tour here in Auckland.
Yeah.
We've got a Hobsonville bus tour to see some of the resi properties tomorrow out that way.
So what, we can jump on these tours, can we?
Absolutely. You head to the New Zealand Green Building Council website and you can register for the events. A couple of them are sold out already, but if you haven't, if you really want to go along, get in touch.
So people are jumping on the buses and going around having a look at what the houses look like, are they?
Absolutely. I mean, to see the technology, to see how far some of these greenhouses and the technology have come, it's of a lot of interest to the industry. Whether you're looking to build yourself, whether you're an architect or a planner, to see the evolution in the space is of real interest to a lot of people. Because
you go back 10, 15 years ago, and if we were mentioning greenhouses, people might think we're loopy and off the planet, but it's become quite normal, hasn't it?
That's true. I mean, this year will actually be the 10th anniversary of the New Zealand Green Building Council. So the initiative here in the country's only been around that long. And even if you go back 4 or 5 years, the number of registered homes in the Homestar project was only up to a few hundred.
Right.
We now have only over 4,000 in the system.
Right. See, it shouldn't be seen, whenever anyone hears the word green, I think alternative or flaky, whatever. I mean, a warm, dry house should be seen as the norm, and I don't think it has been in New Zealand for a very long time. We've got some terrible houses in New Zealand.
No, you're right, and it is common sense. A lot of the things that we're looking at are using natural materials, using timber over plastics, using stone over some of these products we're seeing on bench tops. Very simple solutions you can have.
Yeah. Is it more expensive to build a green home? I mean, you looked at it too, didn't you, personally?
We personally looked at it. We were building at Langs Beach 5 or 6 years ago. Unfortunately, the technologies weren't all in place at the time. And every month, every year, we're seeing costs come down.
Yeah, so to get cheaper and cheaper as it becomes more mainstream?
It does. And the return on investment. You look at the block houses.
Yes.
The guys invested in the solar panels. So it might be an upfront cost that was more than building without solar panels. But that payback time will be sort of 6 to 8 years.
And what, they got Homestar ratings of 6 or 7, didn't they? So is that good, is it?
That's very good. I mean, the average building code in Auckland, the average home built under that will deliver probably 3 to 4 stars. So to get 6-star in the Homestar is really moving up there. The difference that the girls achieved with House 3 in the block was they had the solar panels. So that was the difference to lift you from 6 to 7.
Right, and they had that extra investment, which would have cost them a bit extra dough as well.
It does cost a little bit extra, but that payback's there.
Yes.
And again, we've just seen recently Vector and Tesla, obviously the electronic car maker, partner on a solar pack that they're rolling out through New Zealand at the moment. So, we're seeing this technology become more available, more cost-effective, and more people taking it.
Do you also see it in commercial spaces? I mean, we're rebuilding Christchurch, aren't we? And someone asked me before, hey, are we doing green buildings in Christchurch? I'm assuming here, but I also think I've read something recently too. A lot of these big corporates are now going green, aren't they, in terms of their builds?
They have to. It's a mandate for them. It's not just about the quality of the built space from an environmental perspective. It's also about the health and well-being of their tenants. So they're wanting their employees to work in an environment that's more productive, that's more healthy. We've got evidence coming through on a global scale now that sick days are down, productivity is up. And businesses are saving lots of money by choosing to work in green buildings.
You would see this too, and especially Bayleys, we're selling houses and everything. I think I read recently in a report out of Otago University that there are about 600,000 substandard houses in New Zealand. And all this sort of stuff leads to a lot of the asthma and the respiratory illnesses and kids and everything. It's a shame we didn't get this right decades ago, isn't it?
And that's right. And as you said before, there are common sense principles. Having houses faced the right way, using passive sunlight for heating, having ventilation systems that ensure that houses are kept dry and warm.
Yeah. I mean, are we building houses well?
We are, better and better. We are catching up to some of the international standards. We're seeing lots of modular systems coming into the market now, which are meaning we can build faster and smarter.
Yes.
You know, you're not having people on site doing, you know, very heavy lifting, lots of jobs that involve tedious jobs that can cause injury.
Exactly.
Are now being done off site.
Okay, look, I didn't move on, but you've got is there a website people can jump on if they want to look at this, the Green Building Week?
Yeah, I'd suggest to go to the New Zealand Green Building Council website, nzgbc.org.nz.
I might get someone from Story on the when's the Hobsonville bus tour? That's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow. We can arrange for that. It'd be great to have someone along.
Yeah, I might get someone along from Story with a camera, and so that's looking at the greenhouses out west, is it?
Yeah, there's a couple of really high-rated Homestar products out there that will be profiling for the first time. People have been kind enough to open up their houses to us as part of that tour.
And there's also the Christchurch, the Kathmandu Vodafone building as well.
Yeah, one of the 5-star Green Stars down in Christchurch, which is quite special on Wednesday.
Okay, I'll try and get one of our guys on the bus trip.
That'll be fantastic.
Okay, nice green. Will it be a green bus? It'll be a green bus. Good on you, Lloyd. Nice to see you in the studio, mate. We'll do it again some stage as well. We're 3.5 minutes away from 4. We're back in a tick.